Hey guys, welcome to 2024. I know we are like over a week into the year already, but I wanted to kind of address this year. This year holds a lot of unknowns for myself, for our family, and I wanted to talk about it, how that's going to affect things here, and give a brief overview of what it is, because I know some people know the big changes, some people don't. So we're going to pretend we are back at January 1st because I've just been a little behind on getting my year in order, as you will kind of see here, and I'm pretending today is the 1st of January. Today is just going to be a little bit of a chatty video. There's a lot going on this year and I just wanted to have like a little bit of a discussion so that you could have a general idea what to expect here in the next year. So I am hoping that 2024 brings some answers for our family. It should. Hopefully in the first 6 months of the year, we should have some answers to some like major questions. Like, where are we going to live? How many kids do we have? Those are big questions. Most questions that people that are my age generally have kind of figured out. So if you guys missed my video a couple months ago, I shared that we are going to be moving to Edmonton sometime this year. Early summer, late spring. The date is flexible. We are moving to Edmonton. We are going to be planting a church there with another couple, another pastor from our church. If you don't know, Jared actually became an elder / pastor. It's the same thing in our church, last April. And through all of so that was last April. That was in 2023, but we knew he was getting there. And then the summer before that, we were feeling like God was going to be calling us to plant a church, but we didn't know where. And then November of 2022, so over a year ago, friends of ours, the pastor of our church, asked us if we would be interested in planting a church in Edmonton with them. And that's what we're doing. I talked a little bit more about that in my video announcing that we're going to be moving. And so as of right now, moving in, let's say 6 months, maybe less, and we currently don't know quite which area of Edmonton we're going to be. We know west side, far west side, but we don't have an exact area. We don't know what size of house we're going to be needing, because if you've been following our fostering journey at all, we currently don't know if our foster kids are going to be moving with us or not. That is something that social services is trying to figure out. There are a few things going on that will kind of decide that. I told them we need to know by the end of February. So we currently have 2 foster kids, one that is 5 and one that is 3. They have been with us more than anyone else in their lives. One came to us in February of 2020 and the other one came February 2021. So the first little guy, the 5-year-old, he came at 17 months, and then the 3-year-old, she came at 5 months. They've been with us more than anyone else, but they've been in and out of our home as social services has tried to place them with family. And now we are at the point where if we're going to be moving out of province, we need permission to take them with. Are they going to go with? We don't know where they're going. So we're waiting to decide how many kids we're moving with. It makes it hard to look for a house because I would buy a different kind of house if I was going to have 2 kids versus 4 kids. You just need a bit more space when you have double the children. So if you guys could be praying for us as we do our church plant, get all the stuff figured out, the housing, like all the actual church plant stuff as well, the fostering, we appreciate your prayers. Jared and Clay, the other guy that we're going to be planting with, they did a video kind of explaining a little bit about their heart behind Grace Edmonton. So I'll leave that below. It's like a couple-minute little trailer of what's going to be happening in Edmonton, why we're planting there, the thoughts behind that all. And so I think that kind of covers like part of the first half of 2024. Now, normally at the beginning of each year, somewhere between November and like the beginning of January, a word comes to me for the year. I spend some time thinking about it, praying about it, going through my Bible, like picking out a verse. I think I've done it for 14 years now, and this year I am struggling to pick a word for the year. Last year my word was trust, and I do think that is carrying over. We still have like some big questions that we are trusting that God will answer, and that word is definitely going to carry over. But I'm trying to figure out what my word is for this year, because the first half of the year is going to be very different than the second half. The first half will be here preparing to move, second half moved, trying to settle in. I'm thinking something along the lines of like connect or build, something that involves getting to know the people around me, but also in this period where we're still here, just continuing to connect with the friends and family that we have here, but then also connecting with our community when we move, and getting to know, like, getting some like individual connections, like one-on-one connections as well. So I'm leaning towards the word connect or something in that realm. But normally my word of the year feels a little bit more like, yes, this is it. And that one doesn't quite yet. So maybe I will pick 2 words, do one for the first half of the year, one for the second half. I'm not really sure. But I know the general idea of what I want to do. I want to live present, whether we are getting ready to move and we are spending time with family, or if we've moved and we're getting to know our community. My whole like life word is very intentional and present. So that's going to be part of it. But it feels weird after 14 years with a word for the year being over a week into January and not having one. So then in regards to this channel, what does that mean? One, I brought this channel back after taking a 9-month break because I really do want to share the church planting process with you guys. However that may look, like it's going to be a little vague, it's going to be messy because I don't really know how that's going to go. But I'm like sharing our decluttering journey as we try to get our house ready to move, try to move the least amount of things. I don't think I've ever lived in a house as long as I've lived in this one. We moved a lot when I was younger, and so I've collected the most amount of stuff because every time you move, you get rid of stuff. And so I'm doing lots of book decluttering over on my booktube channel, and then lots of everything else decluttering here. Is pretty much going to be like a weekly series for the next while. I also just want to share all sorts of different things that God is teaching me. I really would like to do a video soon about like winter, because winter has now finally arrived here. And I say finally because I was actually looking forward to it this year, and also because it's January and we just really got our first snow, which is very weird for here. We somehow just shaved off 2 months of winter, unless it all of a sudden gets tacked on to the end. So there's going to be a lot of like my life stuff, homemaking stuff, stuff that's going on, lots of church plant stuff, maybe fostering. Hopefully we'll have an update. Like, fostering is a hard thing to share on here because I want to respect the kids' privacy, but it's also, it affects our lives a lot, so I want to take you along for that journey. So it's just trying to figure out the balance of respect, but also like letting you know what's going on, like how many children do we actually have. And so if you guys are interested in hanging out for the journey, that's what I hope to come for the next year, my plans for the year. But I know that God has often different plans, so things may change, pivot. I might take a break while we move or get things ready to sell. I have no idea what to expect for the year. If the little ones do end up staying with us, I will end up homeschooling the kindergartner, so like there's the whole homeschooling side of things. I do want to do another homeschool in the life, like probably a week in the life coming up soon, where I hopefully don't get sick this time. There was a lot of good feedback on my last one, but then I got sick and then it was Christmas. So hopefully another one to come soon. And so I just want to thank you guys for your prayers. I will leave that link for the, like, I don't know what it's called, like the vision video, like a trailer for Grace Edmonton down below in case you guys want to check that out. And we also have a newsletter for the church plant and stuff, which I will leave the link for that below as well. So thanks so much for hanging out with me, guys. I'm excited to share this next year with you.